as the Jags are ready to match up with the Buffalo Bills. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9?
From his end zone, Isaiah McKenzie. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25.
Throwing on first down is Allen. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack.
Caleb Chason
able to drop him for a loss of a couple. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. Here's Allen. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. Touchdown. Isaiah McKenzie, 77 yards. And the Bills on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. And now the Bills are going to stop it as they call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with Travis Etienne. And good yardage as he gets this one up to about the 23. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Well, this defense for the Bills, they played really well in that win last week against Miami.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver? A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
That's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Here's a give to Etienne.
Give him 5 yards there, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
When you think about the strong safety position, they're the more bulkier guys in the free safety, but that time great athleticism to hustle in and break up that play. Still 15 yards to go, second down. Off the play fake, here's Lawrence. They try to find Sharp, but it's intercepted. Levi Wallace with a pick. And he is going to score. It's a pick six and a Bills touchdown. Tyler Bass now for the point after. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. This taken in at the goal line. And deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. Gabriel Davis, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bills are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And it's now 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. And incomplete on the deep ball. So this game, Charles, you know, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that, and by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know that funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team.
Right there. Right there. 54 miles. I'm here on the check. Right there.
Now on 3rd and 2, they're going to elect to throw with Allen. Forced out to his left. Wiggles free. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. But nowhere to throw it, decided to scramble, and a nice job, CD. Got the yardage that he needed.
Yeah, and his teammates are certainly going to appreciate that effort, even if his coaches don't, because they would have wanted him to slide and protect himself. But he chose team gain over personal protection.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie. Touchdown, Bills. Isaiah McKenzie with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Bills will add on to their lead. Bass on for the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. So this not what we expected. 28-0 here in the first as another kickoff is away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. A handoff running left is Etienne. He'll rumble for about 6 up across the 20 to the 22.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down. Here's Lawrence. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Teron Johnson able to pick it, and the return stops at the 39-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a
and that is caught at the 10-yard line. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Allen taking it himself, and he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. The sneak successful from a yard out, and the Bills open the lead up to 34-0. Extra point by Bass, up and good, and the lead will swell by 1 more. So plenty of fireworks here early. 35-0 now as the kick is away. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window? And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. T.J. Green with a pick. And the Bills are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
44, Mike, 44.
So after the INT, it's Allen. And bringing it in, it's Davis. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
This offense continues to be a hot knife through butter. 3 drives, 3 scores, and knocking on the door again on drive number 4.
Let him know. Let him know.
Now Allen. Dancing to his left. And he's got his tight end Knox for a Bills touchdown. Dawson Knox with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bills continue to pull away here in this first half. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Now ETN to start the drive. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. So, Charles, you talk about this offense as we play here in Week 9 of the 2021 season. Normally, you're slipping kind of past the halfway point, but now with the season expanding to 17 games, you kind of think the teams might look up and say, gosh, we still have a lot of football left to go.
No doubt about it. And remember, they've had their open week already, so this could be a straight shot all the way from here on out. To me, the best coaches, they tell their teams, hey, I'll take care of you during the week. You just leave it all out there on game day, and I'll make sure you're ready for the next one.
On 3rd down, here's ETN. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
.33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them, every move they make works, it clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Now a give running left is Breida. And some space here. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 42 yards rushing for him now at his first 2 carries of the ballgame. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now a give coming right is Breida. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Shaquille Griffin, former Seahawk, up to make the stop.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on 3rd down. On play action, Allen steps away. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Picked up by the all-pro corner, Josh Norman. And the Jags will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now.
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now left side on the swing pass. Only able to gain a couple there, and that'll make it 3rd down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. They go play action with Lawrence. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
And they'll throw on 1st down with Lawrence. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But it looked like a Jaguar was able to cover this thing, and so Jacksonville will keep control.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
A good pickup there, 7 yards, but it brings up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. And his kick is indeed good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Bills taking the lead to the locker room. As we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. The Jaguars with work to do. They trail here as we are back underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely. But you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
Yeah, boy, this defense, again, really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. And they'll go again with Etienne. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run and the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
That's caught. It's Dan Arnold, the tight end. And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. A handoff for Etienne. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd down, Etienne once more. Oh, good move. 42 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
They'll run with Etienne, and he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Ready. 70, Indy. Let's go, D. Rush in, rush in, rush in. Fair. Watch out.
Going for it, here's Etienne. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. They'll start on the ground with Breida. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Here's Devin Singletary. He played in this state at Florida Atlantic. And he's going to be brought down at about the 33-yard line. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play. 2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Here's Breida. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
On 1st down, here's Breida. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now a give to Breida. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
They'll try to run with Breida. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Matt Breida
hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Bills are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. And that's going to do it. Clock hits zeros. They're not going to get another playoff. Time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Go! Hey, watch 16, boys. Let's go.
Lawrence. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Matt Milano. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long. Running out of the gun with ETN. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. 9 yards on the carry, but it's going to lead to a 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return, and out will come the offense as they take over. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I both enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones. And it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it #1 for what we've seen this season.
Watch the slant.
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? They run again with Breida. They find some open field here. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown.
Well, Matt Breida actually had the fastest play of 2019, hitting 22.3 miles an hour on an 83-yard touchdown run, and he was moving here too.
And first and foremost, this is all about vision. He can see the play developing right in front of him, and once he's past the line of scrimmage and got a full head of steam behind him, he's just going to keep right on going.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. That was Jordan Poyer, the safety, in for the sack. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
See what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. They'll try and set up the screen to ETN. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. It's a 39-yard punt, and good coverage means a loss on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the 4th. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
144 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. And defensively going with a dime set, 6 DBs on 3rd and 4. Out of the shotgun, Breida fights loose. And he's going to have the 1st down, yardage to the 35. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Running out of the gun here, Breida. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. So after the penalty, now they need just a yard on 2nd down. On the handoff, this is Breida.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal.
Yeah, let's go second.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another.